the Baddie has got to leave 155. It is no longer healthy for him to cut that weight. This is what a commission actually said to Paddy. Said, you're pulling too much weight. This is not safe. All right. Paddy is an adult. Paddy will fight where he wants to fight. Paddy is a top guy. He's a ranked guy. He's a meaningful guy at 155 pounds. I just like the idea of him at 170 because I know that he would do just as well. He is not going to, if he's going to lose 2 matches at 155, he'll lose 2 matches at 170. If he's going to win his next 5 at 155, he will win his next 5 at 170. Nothing retires an athlete more than the weight cut. Nothing. And no athlete has ever retired and said, I'm tired of the weight cut, publicly. 100% of them have said it behind the scenes. It's a lifestyle. It is an absolute lifestyle to beat that scale. And that's the discipline that you lose over time. Ilia Topuria came out and admitted it. I'm done. I'm not going to 40. Conor McGregor came out and admitted, I'm done. I'm not going to 45. I move up or release me because I'm not going to weigh that again. I'm only sharing with you like that extended their careers. If the deal was hard and firm and Ilia, you must be 145 or you can't compete, we would be talking about Ilia and his fight career in the past tense. And without question, the same about Conor McGregor in the past tense. And Conor has not only said, I'm not going to make a certain weight class and moved up a weight class, he's now said, I'm not going to make that weight class. I'm going to another weight class. That's great stuff. The sooner you can realize that cutting weight and that effort and that energy, right, can be used elsewhere. And by the way, 15 pounds just isn't much. You're just not going to get anything from me. I could not possibly care less about 15 pounds. And there's only in divisions not called heavyweight that we even discuss it. Like, you get a heavyweight that will go into a match giving up 30 pounds, but we'll never say, well, this other guy's bigger. We'll never even bring it up. They're just both heavyweights. Rocky Marciano was the heavyweight champion of the world. He weighed 185 pounds. Muhammad Ali was the heavyweight champion of the world. He weighed 202 pounds. But at heavyweight, right, you could give up 30, 40, you could give up 50 pounds. It will never be discussed as a weight advantage. We get a guy that weighs 155 and then he competes at 170, and we act as though there's some incredible thing, and how's he going to do? And this is so much different. No, it's not. He's just going to be more comfortable. Not maybe. Historically completely true, and not historically like let's go back to the Rocky Marciano days. Let's go back to 3 months ago at Madison Square Garden, and let's just take a look at Islam versus Jack. Islam's first time at 170, he had the same apprehensions. As good as Islam is, he had the same self-doubt that he could go up to 170, that he was big enough. He won all 5 rounds, and by the way, he did it easier than he won all 5 rounds at 155. That's how it works. And so I'm only suggesting for you, like, I really like the idea of Paddy the Baddie at 170. I really do. Now, Paddy can build a fight. Paddy's got a rare skill set. Paddy's got a couple of fights at 155 right now. Paddy versus Ilia works all day long, Mr. Hand Sanitizer, all day long. Paddy versus Sarukian, it works all day long. Like, Paddy is a star. Paddy is a main event guy, but Paddy has that ability. He can go up to 170 and find a couple of opponents too. If I was to tell you guys, hey, Paddy the Baddie's about to fight Ian Garry, I got inside scoop, posters coming out soon, announcements, going to be in there within the week, you would go crazy. You would absolutely go crazy. If I told you Paddy's going to fight Conor McGregor, you would go crazy. You would love it. But believe me, Paddy's not going to fight Conor McGregor at 155. Like, some of these really big fights are at 170. And it doesn't have to be Ian Garry, it doesn't have to be Conor McGregor. I'm just speaking to the idea. I don't love the idea that Paddy pulls all this weight off. Paddy put a piece out that he weighs 190 pounds. But this piece that just came out was filmed the day that he's going to fight Gaethje. So between the weigh-in where he was 155 and the next day, he got up to 190. I'm only sharing for you. Like, there's no conversation of, is he big enough to be a 170 pounder? There's not a ton of conversation. Is he big enough to be a 185 pounder? Yeah, he's big enough. Do you want to extend your career or not? It's as simple as that. At some point, you will retire. At some point, you won't want to do this anymore. Is that 3 more fights? Is that 4 more fights? But it's not because of the fights, and it's not because of the training. It's not because you're out of your prime or you've slowed down. It's because you don't want to beat that scale anymore. Conor versus Khabib Part 2 would have happened. The negotiators looked at the wrong number. They just kept upping the pay. They didn't understand this. They didn't understand what Khabib didn't want to do is he didn't want to make that weight again. If they would have offered that fight and offered it 170, that negotiation would have gone a lot further. This is extremely real what I'm sharing with you. And the idea that Paddy the Baddie is going to be able to just keep pulling this weight, particularly as he gets older, is false. At some point, he's going to have to go to 170 or do what so many other guys do, which is not know how to leave the weight class and then just retire. I like the idea of Paddy at 170. Paddy versus Colby. There, I just throw another one at you. You won't stop having fun ideas there. And I don't like seeing that Paddy weighed 190 and had to pull down to 55. I don't like knowing how great Paddy the Baddy is and how high his ceiling could be, but he's putting his effort and energies into beating the scale as opposed to beating the opponent. I really like this. I think that we need to bang the drum. I think we need to support this idea, support Paddy. And if a commission has actually told him, hey, you're pulling too much weight, that is not generally something a commission would do. But if they did, that's something that Paddy's going to want to consider. He's going to want to consider listening to that. I love the idea. Let me be the first to nominate Paddy the Baddy to the welterweight division.